Doing this, let's take a breath together, everyone. Coming together for the first full moon of 2023. Up until about 3 days ago, I wasn't going to do this. That's not true. 4 or 5 days ago, I wasn't going to do this. These little gatherings that I do on the full moon, I think I haven't done it for a couple of months. So there I was sitting in a trampoline park on the first day of the year, New Year's Day, and was there with my friend Nick and his daughter, and we both looked at each other and were like, why are we out of breath? You know, we're both reasonably fit young men, and why are we both out of breath? And we both went and sat down, and then he went off with his daughter, and I just sat down, just staring at the wall. I mean, there was a Chiefs game on, but still, and I was struggling to be in my body. I'm like, okay, there's something to this New Year's energy. I didn't know if it was just that day, but watching various people's week unfold, watching the weather, watching the economy, watching the news, and so on. So, well, there's something going on here. And by about the 3rd or 4th day of the year, I could see how much was getting stirred up and clogged. It doesn't matter so much that it gets stirred up, but it matters that it doesn't move. So I thought, well, this gathering that we do on the full moon is to help move that. So let's just throw that into the calendar as well. Just a second. Do you know what? Tanya, I don't know how to right now, so I'll just keep going. So if you're with me right now, some of you I see and speak to and work with a lot, often. Some of you I don't. Some of you I'll only see when I go traveling or when I do the Tuesday night readings or whatever. So the purpose of this, the purpose of the Tuesday night reading, in fact, the purpose of everything that I do really is, it comes down to one thing, which is to take a load off. Why? Because you take a load off, life is easier and more graceful for you. You show up better for things. You show up better for your family. You show up better for your spiritual progress, okay? Which takes care of itself. You think we got to do something? No, we just have to get the clog out the way. If I read for people, it's to get the worries, the concern, the confusion, the scatteredness into alignment and cohesion. If we're doing this, it's to get a great deal of fog out the way. And that is the why, because the what doesn't matter quite so much. The why matters. Why do this? Why am I taking half an hour of your lives to for this? I'm sure you have other things to do. I'm sure you're tired and so on. I think in an ideal world would have done this a couple of days ago, but I think this is fine too. So I started doing this work about this particular specific body of work about two and a bit years ago, and at the time, you know, we were in lockdown or semi-lockdown, whatever it was. There's a lot of grief and grievance in the world, and a lot of not understanding why things were happening. And conversation with Lewis, and it's just, you know what, the full moon is a strong energy, almost like a vacuum cleaner, a big loud energy to help move some of this stagnant energy, which is causing worry, which is causing accidents, which is causing upset and all that. That's what we're here to move. I want to say something else that I'm sure you all do or attend various full moon things in relation to the feminine. And if I'm not going there on this, it's not out of actually any out of any disrespect to the feminine, actually quite the opposite. My teacher, Ortalia, she would talk about the goddess, and not Athena, Kuan Yin, Lakshmi, Isis, not even specifics and particulars, but the goddess, the creatrix, the source of all, and she would call it the goddess. And so for me, everything is with and for and about and from the feminine. And so with the moon and with the full moon, where the stirring of the unconscious and the bringing up from the unconscious, that is, shall we say, why a lot of the odd things of this week have been happening. Talking to someone today, and she said, well, you know, what am I to learn in this? What's the lesson? Why is this happening? And so on. And I almost think that's the opposite is the way to look at it. Like, aha, this is what I need. This is what I need to do to get me closer to the true essence of who I actually am. This is what I need to do. Not why. The why is because you want to uncover yourself. You want to expand. You want to grow. You want to become, and so on. And the successes and the challenges, in a way, from a higher octave, are equal in the eyes of Goddess for what we need to do to find that. And so some of you have had a really shitty week, right? Period. Mic drop. Shitty week. And I want to just put it to you that it is coming out. It is decreasing. It's not coming in. It's not growing. All right. So why or how this works, there's a way I like to work. What in essence we're doing is we're taking us and our, say, spiritual essence to a higher version of itself. From there, we are connecting with the heaviness because it doesn't attach to our physicality and our earthly life. And there we're combining our energies and we are moving it. And then we step down more into this dimensional realm and we get on with our evening. Sound good? So the way I'm going to have us do this is I'm just take us into a light meditation. We are going to connect and we're going to connect and bring forth our Merkaba field, which is, well, I was about to say it's something like this. It is exactly like that. Your Merkaba field is what it's there. It's always there. It's always there. Helps us in dream time and wherever it is we go astrally and so on. It's always there. Well, we're going to bring it around us a little bit more, and we're going to go to an etheric temple, which is shall we say, a much more higher vibrational energy field. We're going to be in that and direct our conscious mind to move consciousness. Right. And I'm saying all this because I'm about to take it into meditation. And for some of you, it may be just up your alley, exactly what you like to do. And for some of you, it may just tip you a little too far on the woo-woo scale. And so I'm trying to give you, I just heard a toilet flush, sorry. I'm trying to give you context for that. All right. So with that in mind, I'm going to invite you to get yourself comfortable. I will not be using music, will not be using sound. You don't always need to do that. Get comfortable and say, close your eyes. And we begin as ever and always in prayer. Heavenly Father, Mother, God, Goddess, sweet essence of light, of love, purity, wholeness, blessings from Source, we welcome you into this space, magnified and amplified, purified around us, around us, around us. As we together as one group, one body, we connect beneath us to the core of the Earth Mother. We breathe with her, we find her, we ground ourselves. We ground ourselves, we find this, we seek it, we look for it, we hold it, we ground ourselves. Each one of us doing this for a whole. To connect to the core of the earth, we ground ourselves, and so too above us to the sky, the farthest sky above, we connect, we prepare to receive. through each one of us, the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine connected. I call to the love of the four sacred directions around us, gratefully asking that there be the archangelic presence in each corner, the room that you sit in each corner of the etheric space that we are gathering. We sit in light, pure, sweet energy, surrounded by angelic love, that we can enjoy this, that we can be safe to do this, that we can relax, we can smile. I call to all of our higher selves, to the greater aspect of us, gratefully asking this aspect to lead us, attune, calibrate, refine us, that we do this work in service and in humility. I am calling forth the very highest good of our time together this evening, this full moon. And so in the name of the Christ, I am the presence, I am the activity. Calling forth the beloved Archangel Azrael, the angel of transition, to be our guide and gatekeeper for this occasion, for this body of work, for each one of us, and for all that we are serving with this. In gratitude and love, we say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. So let us close our eyes. The journey that we're going to take is inside, it is within. Let's just be with our breath together for a moment. And so as we sit, you feel the energy building already. This is consciousness weaving itself into a different state, a different shape. You may call this an expression of love. Where does the love come from? It comes from you, it comes through you. And let us just breathe for a moment. And with our conscious minds, we call our Merkaba field around us. If you're unfamiliar with this, consider a downward facing pyramid with three sides. Its bottom is around your shoulders. Its top is a little bit below your feet. There is an upward facing three-sided pyramid. Its bottom is around your knees. Its top is above your head. Let these two pyramids begin to spin in opposite directions to each other. Just let it follow your breath. Let them spin faster and faster and faster. Until it becomes a blur around you. The Merkaba field is like a form of etheric transportation. In your mind's eye, if you look to your left and you look to your right, you will see all of us. You will see everyone gathered together doing this work in their own Merkaba field, in their own bubble. And together, as we breathe, we leave our space, we leave our room etherically. We are in a Merkaba transportation, and we begin to fly away at the speed of light. You look to your left, you look to your right, you will see each other, you will see us. We are going in the same direction for the same reason. Breathe as we travel further and further and further. And in the distance, you see a vast cathedral-like structure. We approach closer and closer, and we begin to slow down. We begin to descend. We all reach the ground at the same time. Please breathe. We step out of our Merkaba field, and we begin to walk towards this huge, phenomenal cathedral-like structure, which has a vast staircase outside it, which we ascend together. We reach the door which is 20 feet high, with two 15-foot angelic beings standing to greet us, beaming with their energy, beaming with their smiles, and they open the door and we walk in. And we walk into a vast arena-sized room, crystalline. And we look up as far as we can see. Angelic activity in this one room. This is the temple, the etheric temple. Ascension. Some of you come here often in meditation and often in dream time. We are here to do a work with the Archangel Azrael. In the center of this room, you will see a circle of chairs, and we walk towards them. These are chairs made of crystal in a circle. There is one for each of us. Please sit down in it. You'll notice it matches your back, the curve of your spine completely. Behind each one of us, an angel of the Temple of Ascension will stand. Will place his or her hands upon our shoulders, our supporting guide and presence for this work. Breathe. Into the center of the circle comes the beloved Archangel Azrael. He is vast. With one arm, he beckons into the center of this space and calls forth a column of light that immediately reaches to the very heights of this temple. He expands it with his arms. It is iridescent, it is brilliant, somehow moving in both directions. And in the center of this, he invokes the flame of purification. Breathe. From this flame, he connects all of our hearts at once and sends a current of energy through each one of us, moving in clockwise direction. He expands the column of light to envelop all of us. All we need to do is breathe now. High above us, and you do not need to look, but high above us, portals open from all sides of the temple. And from here, the dross, the morass, the stuck energy, the elemental chaos from this planet. It is brought into this temple and directly into this column of light. As soon as it touches it, it is transmuted, it is elevated. It is raised to a higher version of itself. It is loved. See it come in from all sides. See it flood in. This amount of energy is able to be transmuted because of you. Breathe. Breathe. Know that you are a counterpoint in this moment. You are a conduit in this moment. Every being in this temple is grateful to you and for you in this moment. And as we breathe, we hold the portals open. Remembering that what you do for others and for the collective, you do for yourself. There is no expression of love that you can give that does not return to you in some way. Now, further above this, higher in the temple, additional portals are opened and invited into this energy and into this love are the Duscarnate beings caught between realities, caught between worlds, who are invited into this energy to be taken home, to be taken into the light. With the grace of the love of the choice that you are making now. And they come from all sides, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Just breathe and please feel the gratitude that is there for you in this moment. A strong gathering of us there are this evening, and so we can do a little more. Beloved Azrael wishes you all to know that for all that you do not feel strong, this is in by no way a correlation with the strength of that which you truly are. He asks and invites you to see yourself as he does. As the dense energy begins to diminish and fade, the last of it moves through the portals and the portals close. We breathe in this column. We breathe with the flame of ascension. Beloved Azrael diminishes. the column of light. It gently withdraws the flame of ascension and bows to us all as one. Our work is complete in the temple for now. And so we rise from our seats. We turn to face the beautiful angel behind us. We bow to him or her. We now leave and walk to the door together. Notice that we are joined by many angels. The doors open and we walk through, and we begin to descend the staircase once again. Remember, as always, this temple exists for us, always there. Once again, we call forth our Merkaba field around us. You see those pyramids begin to spin faster and faster and faster. Once again, we leave the ground, picking up speed. Look to your left and your right again. See those of you who have joined each other for this journey. As we speed towards our place and point of origin. And once again, we feel ourselves in our seat, our chair, or where we're lying down. You feel the temperature, the smell of the room that you began in. I will count us back from 10. That we have graceful return to our usual conscious state of mind. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take a deep, full breath together, everyone. Let's take a deep, full breath. I always like to gently rub the ears, the forehead, your cheeks, your chest. When you're ready, so let's open our eyes. Well, I don't mean to be so utilitarian about this sort of thing. I kind of do. Because consciousness and the use of it is very real. When people get tired, unfocused, depressed, lost, angry, it's because of a particular state of consciousness, and we have the ability, I would say it's getting more and more important to reframe, repurpose, restructure consciousness as you would like it to be, as other people would like it to be. You know, I think often when we suddenly find ourselves in a place we've not been feeling good and we suddenly feel better, it could well be because a bunch of people got together like this and moved it for us. We're like, oh, all better now. because of something like this. And I could pretty this all up, but then it becomes like a special thing that you do. And there's nothing special about this as opposed to the rest of your day, the rest of your week, in terms of consciousness. That's what I have to say about that anyway. So thank you all so much. I'll see some of you in the morning for more, and some of you the morning after that for more. Have a wonderful evening, you all. Thank you for coming together. Thank you for doing that. And I don't have any reason to hold up your evening anymore, so I will say good night.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.